The Great East Japan earthquake struck on March 11, 2011 at 2:46 p.m. The powerful magnitude 9 quake had a maximum intensity of 7, with fierce shaking on land and triggering tsunami over 10 meters high, which consumed cities and towns in the Tohoku region. This major natural disaster left over 4,144 people dead or missing in Fukushima as at 2021. It led to the nuclear accident at Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power station, operated by Tokyo Electric Power Company, TEPCO, which released large quantities of radioactive material into the atmosphere. In this way, Fukushima Prefecture was shouldered with many burdens: destruction of housing, the release and spread of radioactive material. Many victims were forced to evacuate. After the disaster, evacuees numbered over 165,000, suffering the cold weather of March with food, fuel, and other goods in short supply. The townscapes of the past vanished, and a part was designated as a restricted area due to high radiation levels. At the same time, decommissioning of the TEPCO Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power station has continued. The site was damaged and littered with rubble from the tsunami and earthquake, with extremely high radiation levels. The work was extremely difficult in the harsh conditions immediately following the disaster. Seeing the plight of Fukushima, people from across Japan and from countries and regions around the world reached out to offer human, material, and monetary support. The restoration of Fukushima includes recovery from radioactive contamination caused by the spread of radioactive material. The Ministry of the Environment began with decontamination to reduce the amount of radiation exposure in the living environment to restore Fukushima to a place where people can live with peace of mind. The scale of decontamination to date included over 400,000 homes in Fukushima Prefecture alone, plus over 500 square kilometers of farmland and forests. Soil removed in this decontamination process is transported to an intermediate storage facility for safe, centralized management, and will be stored here during the approximately 30 years it will take for the final removal and processing of soil and other matter from outside Fukushima Prefecture. Gradually, life in Fukushima is starting to return to normal, recovering from the damage of the disaster and accident. Through decontamination, the radiation air dose rate over residential land decreased by 60%. In subsequent monitoring, it had decreased to 76%, showing that it has been possible to reduce it to a level comparable to other cities. In March 2020, all evacuation orders were lifted except for the restricted area, and was lifted for the first time even for some parts of that area. Disrupted transport infrastructure, such as train lines and roads, are reopening. The number of evacuees, initially over 160,000, is gradually falling. People are gradually returning to the evacuation zone, and the town hall has reopened. The Great East Japan Earthquake and Nuclear Disaster Memorial Museum has opened, the world's first record and lessons of a major disaster and the process of recovery, to communicate this to future generations and share it with the world, so that it is not forgotten. Regarding food products, in inspections conducted until 2019, for example, of all rice produced, radioactive cesium exceeding the standard limit has not been detected since 2014. The reconstruction of Fukushima is progressing steadily. We are aiming for the next environment. While work to decommission Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power station continues steadily, the Fukushima Innovation Coast Framework Project, began in 2014, is gathering cutting-edge technologies and research to create new industries. A variety of challenges are being tackled in fields to advance Fukushima, including robotics, energy, nuclear decommissioning, agriculture and marine products, and lifestyle and cultural creation. A major pillar of the recovery of Fukushima Prefecture is the expansion of renewable energy, congregation of related industries, and advancement of research and development to make Fukushima a leading region for renewable energy. The aim is to create a model site for a future energy society in Fukushima Prefecture to further support reconstruction and to share the results globally. 7 cities, towns, and villages in Fukushima Prefecture have made zero-carbon declarations, stating they will emit no carbon dioxide by 2050 to help achieve a decarbonized society. 4 of those making an active effort are in the coastal Hamadori region, including the towns of Okuma and Namie, that suffered great damage in the disaster. Also, the national and prefectural governments and related businesses are collaborating to promote the Fukushima Innovation Coast Framework, with expansion of the introduction of renewable energy, including wind and solar power, and Fukushima Hydrogen Energy Research Field, FH2R, with multiple hydrogen production facilities to conduct cutting-edge verification research in order to build a smart community that utilizes renewable energy and hydrogen. As of the end of fiscal 2019, renewable energy accounted for 34.7% of the prefecture's energy demand, and steady progress is underway towards the goal of generating over 100% of primary energy demand from renewable energy sources by 2040. Taking the new energy society from Fukushima to the world. Now, just over 10 years since the accident at TEPCO Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power station, which accompanied the Great East Japan earthquake, beyond Fukushima's environmental restoration, we can see new energy and a new environment for the future.